Hi there, Gemini. Thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 25th of July. Your ruling planet Mercury is going to be pivotal to events this week. He's going to be forging a stunning alliance with Uranus. Uranus is the planet which is very much to do with change. It's to do with freedom, independence, and also in some ways a radical change, especially in the sign of Aries as it is now. But the two are going to be cooperating brilliantly this week, which suggests that your communication skills can really shine out, but particularly where you're discussing things that are future orientated, are much more to do with unusual ideas, people or strands, or can see you as being a bit of a trendsetter, whether it comes to your ideas, business strands, or perhaps to do with the things that you love in terms of music and fashion. And part of this comes from the fact that Venus is also going to be forging a great link with Uranus towards the end of this week. Venus is much more about our tastes. It's about the things that we appreciate in life, whether it's good food and wine or the people that we get closely involved with. It also rules money. And again, if you can think outside the box, be courageous in terms of your ideas, not be a dedicated follower of fashion, but more someone who really makes their own way in the world in a very authentic and individual manner. But I think you can communicate this extremely effectively to others. It is true that there is a tricky quarter moon on Tuesday, and not everybody is necessarily going to be on your wavelength, particularly because I think your mind's going to be processing information so quickly and dramatically, it may be hard for some people to keep up with you. Be aware of these plodders or people who tend to be a bit more rooted in the past, because those could be the people who you could just very slightly get dislocated from. And someone that who until now you've had a decent relationship with could feel a bit pushed out and may be inclined to be a bit gossipy. If you do hear something or someone tries to tell you something that's doing the rounds, I think the best way you can deal with this is to say, look, I don't want to get involved. The more you can stay with your ideas and stick with the people who you find enlivening and upbeat and fun, even if they are a bit different to everyone else's type of companions, the more that you're going to get from this week. Now, it is true that Mercury is going to be clashing with Mars on Thursday and Friday. You shouldn't overdo things. You need to have a narrow focus on these range of things that are important to you, but don't spread yourself too thinly, because that could lead to some stress. And there may be someone will be a bit more direct and picky about some of your ideas, so you do need to make sure that the detail is really sound in whatever you're trying to go forwards with. Uranus is set to go backwards into retrograde on Friday too. So the next 5.5 months are going to be very interesting around your friendship sector in general. It could be that there's going to be a revival of some bonds, and some people may fade out of your situation, and some new exciting players are set to be coming in. You'll need to be individual and independent, yet part of a collective is also going to be emphasized by this. By Sunday, however, your ruler moves into Virgo, the other zodiac sign that it also governs. Now for you, this is much more to do with home, family, issues of security, and even for some Geminis, it may be that some of the ingenious ideas that you generate earlier in the week, you'll be thinking about how you can bed them down and make them more secure. Mercury may be enlightened in Virgo, but in your fourth solar house, it does suggest you're going to have to work hard at explaining some of your ideas. There could be times when you could be a little bit defensive, but I'll tell you more about that next week. It's going to be in this location for some while. However, this is a week when you can sparkle socially, you can excite people with your upbeat and buzzy personality, and there could even be a spark of attraction to someone who's very different to you, but nonetheless you find it very intriguing. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.